In this video, I'm going to go over some of the lousiest and laziest bios I've come across on Tinder. I'm going to go over these examples because hopefully this will be a lesson to you guys to never have these in your bio. And I'm going to explain why. Hi, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lisa. I make YouTube videos about my dating journey, LGBT related content, and more. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. I never message first. Now, I've come across this bio so many times, and it's really sad. To me, when I read this message, it says to me, this person really is so lazy. They are the kind of person who just wants to sit back and just let that other person move things forward, and they're not going to do anything. It makes me think that this is a poor reflection of who they are. By them not taking initiative, that can reflect other things and other aspects in their life. She may expect just good things to happen to fall in her lap. This kind of person is probably expecting you to make all the decisions and to pretty much put in all the legwork. And that is exhausting. I'm not good with writing bios. I'm an open book. Ask me anything. While this may sound kind of cute, but this is very similar to the previous one that I mentioned before. There really isn't any sort of substance this person's adding to their bio. And I get it. Sometimes we're really not good at writing about ourselves. Sometimes when we write about ourselves, it comes off as selfish and self-centered and arrogant. But it doesn't have to be that way. And even though you may feel that way, being not good at writing about yourself, please don't put this into your bio. Put in a little bit more effort. And similar to the previous bio that I mentioned before, where they want the other person to message first, it's making it difficult for me, say for example, that I'm the one who's swiping through and I have to do all the heavy lifting. At least give me some substance, some sort of question, some idea of things that I should know about you. By putting some substance out here on your bio, telling me about what you're interested in, what you don't like, what you do on your day-to-day basis, that's making me, the swiper, or anybody else, an easier time for me to craft the first message to you. So it's a win-win. I've come across some bios where it's simply just emojis and then they put their Instagram handle. Please do not only do this. Bios will have astrology symbols of their rising moon or rising sun. See, I don't know anything about astrology and I personally kind of don't believe in it, but you're an adult. I know you can write words. It sounds cute to just put emojis. And I'm not saying to never use emojis. I think emojis are great to break up the text if you're just writing words and it's a block or a paragraph and it can be very hard to read. So I'm not saying to never use emojis. Please do use emojis. But if you're only using emojis, it's coming off as, again, lazy. What am I supposed to extract out of this information? And I feel like there's another level of intellect where you can actually convey your message. And it shows to me that you can convey your message through text and in communication with words than simply, I don't know, I think a second grader just putting in a bunch of pictures, little icons, which are what emojis are. And the whole Instagram handle, I'm not sure, to me it sounds like this person really just slapped their Tinder profile together or their bio together. And they're probably just looking for people to follow them to increase their Instagram following. It sounds to me that they're not interested in actually wanting to date and they just want to boost their social media ego. Finally, the last sort of bio that I've come across that is rather unimpressive is having a generic bio. And what do I mean by that? A generic bio is something that has traits, hobbies, sayings that everybody says. For example, if you have a bio that lists generic hobbies such as, I really like sleeping, I love Netflix, I like hanging out with my friends, I'm a foodie. These are all things that everybody enjoys. I really hope you have friends to hang out with. Come on, who doesn't like hanging out with friends? And foodie? That I feel like, honestly, my personal opinion about the term foodie is trying to make something that everybody enjoys into something special. You must be really boring. Sorry. But Who doesn't enjoy eating food that's presented in creative new ways? The bios that I find personally interesting are those that are more unique. That really speaks to more about the personality. It doesn't have to be just hobbies you can list. You can even put in a little joke, because your joke would be different from somebody else's joke if they've used it in their bio. Bios that have more specific hobbies that are different, you don't come across, such as somebody who's really interested in the culture of Italy, or somebody who's studying entomology, which, by the way, that fun fact, that's the study of bugs. I find that really interesting. I think bugs are kind of gross in general, but for somebody to get a degree in that, that's kind of interesting. But say, for example, that your hobbies really are pretty generic, such as sleeping or watching Netflix or being a foodie or traveling. There are ways where you can reframe that to make it more interesting. Try being a little bit more specific instead of being so general. If you're being so general, you're just like everybody else. You're not any different. You're not interesting is really what it is. Think of it like writing a resume. If you have the same skills, doing the same thing as the other person that's applying for this one job, like what's going to make you stand out? Think of it somewhat like that. Obviously, you're not applying for a job. You are looking for a date, a partner. Make it fun. So say, for example, that you do enjoy watching Netflix. What kind of shows do you specifically like on Netflix? Because not everybody watches the same show on Netflix. Yes, everybody enjoys watching Stranger Things, but who is your favorite character in Stranger Things and why? If you like traveling, tell me about your great experience in Greece or whatever country that you found that was so unique and made your experience so great. So all in all, the takeaway from these bios is that, don't be lazy, don't be brief, and don't be generic. When you're writing your bio, it should answer a few of these questions. Number 1 being, how are you as a person? Number 2, why would you be a great catch? And number 3, what are you looking for in a partner? While answering these questions in your bio, I want you to keep in mind that you're there to sell yourself. It's okay to love who you are and express that in your words and your emojis in your bio. Plus, keep in mind that the more info that you add in your bio, it's going to make it easier for the other person to send you a message because now they have more content. If you haven't already, please check out my other video where I talk about how to write your bio. So in this video, I've covered some terrible examples of things you shouldn't be putting in your bio. I hope you've learned from it and to not make the same mistakes. If you found this video helpful, you got value from it, please go ahead and hit the like button down below. If you enjoy more content like this where I talk about LGBT dating apps, and my dating journey, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and I will see you in the next one.